So this panel is an interesting one, close to my heart too, because I started out my career in technology in the mid-90s, and we're like generations ahead. Somebody was talking about, where do you see us in 10 years, and where do you see yourself in 2 years? I mean, that's quite often the question when you're talking about technology, right? We have a great panel today to discuss with us how technology and its use in India can help bring new formats and ways of reaching customers to life. And we're hopefully going to have an active debate around how you as retailers can focus in on things that are relevant to you and start investing in them. There's a lot of content here, and our panelists are very experienced both in brick and mortar and in e-commerce and digital. So I'm looking forward to this very much. I will start by giving you a short point of view from EMEA on how the consumer is evolving here in India. We, as a large loyalty firm, do a lot of consumer research, also as it relates to their interaction with technology. Because channels, quite often digital channels, are driven by consumers' interest and sort of active engagement with technology. Some interesting things to note: people are now reading emails more often through smartphones than computers. Broadband penetration is relatively high, so that issue is increasingly going away. Of course, access to products and services is still limited in rural and other more remote markets. But fundamentally, a younger generation of Gen Yers and what we often call millennials are tending to rule the roost, especially as it relates to early adoption of technology, influencing purchasing decisions at home, things like that, even if they don't have the wallets to support it yet. So we have people in the price bracket of, in the age bracket of, 20 to 30, who really are making a much bigger impact on commerce than we think they are. Also, some studies by the big consulting houses like the BCGs and McKinseys show that the impact of digital on brick and mortar is actually very high. So people do a lot of research, a lot of pre-purchase activity on digital before they actually go out and buy something. So the measure of digital's impact really isn't e-commerce. It's digitally impacted commerce. So increasingly we see this world where digital has come to stay. It's a big part of our everyday lives, as we know as consumers. And retailers are having to adapt quickly. So there are a few areas we are going to explore. They relate to things that are a little more techy, some of them, so excuse us if anyone has a question about what we're talking about, please raise your hand and we can immediately field it. But what we're going to look at initially is how is the consumer evolving? And in relation to that, how are retailers having to rethink their offers? I talked about younger consumers and such, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Maybe we can start by speaking with Rajesh.
Yeah. So, Rajesh Nahar, I'm co-founder of cbazaar.com. We sell Indian ethnic fashion to the world. So we started our e-commerce journey. I personally started my e-commerce journey in '98 from Chennai, and I have seen the space evolving so rapidly from '98 till where we are today. One of the very interesting thing is, or one of the very challenging story for was, how do we adopt or change ourselves with the pace at which technology has been growing? And that's exactly what made us to be where we are today.
And Rajesh, if you can maybe expand a little on how you've seen the consumer change over, let's say, the past 5 or 10 years in relation maybe to your vertical.
Yeah, so I mean, when we started selling ethnic wear, basically, like some of the questions what consumers had was, how do I buy clothing online without the touch and feel? So we had to see how do we create a scalable model on how do we answer that question what a consumer has of touch and feel. So we had to go deeper into the way we showcase the product, the kind of photography what we use, the kind of description what we write in terms of what we display on a website, which will make consumers to buy the point that this is what exactly they're going to get online. Another interesting thing was consumers who buy from us, they wanted a solution where they could use the clothing, whatever they buy from us, instantly. So to that, we had solved that particular problem by offering customized clothing, wherein a consumer could give their measurements. We had a video content, which will explain the consumer on how to take measurements of themselves and give their measurements online. And so that's how we had solved a couple of challenges what our customers had.
Thank you. Ganesh, if you can maybe pick up from that and describe to us how your experience, both in brick and mortar for many years and now in the e-world, has helped you serve these changes in the consumer better, and how your organizations have actually adapted to the use of technology.
Sure. Yeah, quick introduction. My name is Ganesh Subramanian, and I'm someone by design and default, I've been in fashion for the last 20 years, has seen fashion from fiber to retail, all sorts of branded business, brick and mortar retail, specialty retail, value retail, worked in Arvind, Madura, and Walmart, and been with Myntra for the last 2.5 years. Now, just to, flash back and say, if I have to, look at maybe 10, 15 years back, how I used to communicate as a student. I used to go travel 1-2 kilometers to make a call to my parents from southern part of Tamil Nadu. Once in a while, we used to contact, and I always felt that we were in touch. Now, looking back right now, communication is completely transformed. You see your people on your small screen, you connect with them. You get a wow moment when you see that red flash called somebody liked you. That's a very complete transformation of, how things have happened. Putting this back on the large millions of people on the other side, clearly what's happening is consumer is completely transformed with technology. And things have become democratic, right? Just to give you, right? What we see in Ranganathan Street can be actually seen and bought by somebody in Guwahati. Right? What you see in a Delhi Lajpat Nagar can be bought by somebody in Kanjipuram. Now, this wasn't possible a few years back, and what does that open as a big opportunity? It's a huge opportunity for people who want to connect consumers and point of supply, which is people like us, which is whether it's Myntra or Flipkart and companies like that. And people like you and many of you are running businesses. Now, you have lots of consumers sitting on these small screens. Right? And definitely that you had a small place or many stores in a particular regional locality, and you are very good in a particular area right now. There is an opportunity for you to serve the entire country. For what's happening is, one is consumer is sitting in front of the screens. Not only they are sitting in front of the screens, now looking back 7 years and when Myntra started, we weren't sure whether consumer would place their credit card online. Now from that, establishing trust, today I can only tell you with a lot of confidence that consumers are willing to place their money. Not place their money like Rajesh was saying, that not only they place their money on products which they really want to touch and feel. Many people used to ask us 5-6 years back, do you think ever people buy fashion online? You guys are mad. Right? And I can tell you, and everywhere, and this was the feedback, that people will never buy something that touch and feel is so important. It's all about reducing barriers, and all the barriers have been removed, whether it's cash on delivery and return if you don't like. All of those services have made access absolutely, that's completely transformed right now. But what I want to leave all of you with, consumers are there, they are placing bets. As long as one is very clear that if you are doing something very good, there is a huge opportunity for everyone in the, in the community. But just to give you some international data points, right? If you look at US, in US, the largest e-commerce retailers, anybody wants to guess, largest e-commerce fashion retailer? Yeah? Yeah. Who else? Sorry? Walmart, right. Now, the largest, I think some of the answers are pretty close. The largest retailers of online are actually offline retailers. Right? Isn't it surprising? I was sitting in the previous session that people were concerned about zillions of dollars coming to online retailers. Don't worry about it. For we are all progressing, right? Now, it's a huge opportunity. The biggest online retailer is an offline retailer in fashion. And if you look at developed markets, let's go to China. India is following China and we are 5 to 7 years behind. In China, the largest retailer is actually an online retailer. Now, what does it tell us? Now, I think countries go through this progression. India is growing. Currently, you will see these online retailers will be big and they'll continue to be big for next few years. But for offline, there's a phenomenal opportunity to exponentially grow in this period. Maybe if you have the same forum 2024, I think we will have different statistics to talk about. We will have some big offline retailers getting into those leaderboard.
Thank you, Ganesh. That's a good segue to my next question, Bhavik. So this question relates to this whole concept of showrooming, which a lot of people have expressed concern over, which is this phenomena where somebody walks into a brick and mortar store, they look at products, they even get on their phone, they do some price comparisons. They basically get a physical look at it and then they go home or wherever or on their mobiles and they buy the thing online. So the brick and mortar retailer feels a little dissed. They feel like they've invested so much in this and then someone goes and buys it elsewhere. So there's this whole notion of creating an omni-channel experience for your customers so that both when they pre-purchase, you're in touch with them, as well as when they're actually purchasing. So small retailers as well as large are tussling with this and figuring out how to make this omni-channel buzzword come to life for them. And I think no one better than Bhavik to describe this with maybe some examples of your customers.
Starting with a quick introduction, I'm Bhavik Zaveri and founder and CEO of a company called Ambab Infotech. We've been into consumer internet space since 2006, enabling a lot of offline, online businesses across the country. Taking this, I think the confidence that Ganesh has built on the offline businesses, taking this discussion ahead. So we work with largest offline retailer in the country today, offline fashion retailer in the country today. And